Good evening and happy Friday night, folks. Thank you for joining us for another spat of PIHANA hockey. We are in the Motor City here as the Detroit Trappers welcome in the Minnesota Norse in this America Division rivalry here. Detroit rocking their Jackrabbit alternate blues. Minnesota in their road whites, and we are off and running here in Detroit. And a trip early on. Rustalainen trip there at the blue or at the red line. He'll get in. Shot by Kovalenko, stopped by Salo, and that'll bring up the power play here. So an early tripping call against Seraphin Cody. Yep, early trip there on as he trips Rustalainen. So Detroit will head to the power play. Less than a minute into the game, less than 30 seconds into the game. Thornburg against Kovachenko in the dot. Lackinen to Kovalenko, stopped by Salo, and he will hold right there. So Minnesota in a bit of a dry spell right now. They've lost their last 3 games, all 3 of them coming by just a single goal for the Norse. They look to right the ship, the Viking ship of sorts, here tonight as they have Eddie Salo back in net. He was last game, but they had Blase Mateka in there before that. Detroit, on the other hand, they will go back to Anders Falk, disappointed with the game from Osip Utkin the other night. Kovalenko now down low, and he scores! It'll be Yevgeny Kovalenko. The power play assassin fires it by Eddie Salo, and that is going to give Detroit the early lead, less than a minute into the action here. Detroit leading 1-0. Ristolainen now will cross the line. Shot glove by Salo, and he will kick it out. Nikola will get up the ice, get it to Cody. The guilty party on the penalty just moments ago. Bure now from Albrechtsen. Tries to get to the front of the net. He gets it down low to Albrechtsen. Albrechtsen tries to cut through. Stopped by Falk. Ristolainen will carry it away for Detroit. He'll be on the near boards, and he's plowed there by Dmitry Konstantinov. He'll go cross ice to Albrechtsen. Matty Albrechtsen tries to cut in. He'll lose it to Yevgeny Kovalenko, the goal scorer earlier tonight. Ristolainen flips it down. It'll be Henrik Nikola on it for the Norse. He'll get it up to Seraphin Cody. Cody stops, turns. Will retreat, get it to Konstantinov. He'll go up. And Thornburg absolutely destroyed there by Chris Rain. Ovaskadachenko now with it. He's watched by McNaughton. He'll get it up to Toivonen. Toivonen to Helm. Helm looking down to the zone. He'll lose it to Chris Rain right in front of Salo, his netminder. McNaughton trying to get free. He gets around Tuominen, but he's not able to get around Kaba. Lawrence Kaba puts him into the boards. Nikola, the first one on it for Minnesota. He'll get it up to Konstantinov to Tuominen. Tuominen hit there by Ovaskadachenko. McNaughton, though, able to skate onto it. He'll get it to the middle to Nikola. Shot stopped by Falk. Ovaskadachenko, and then Rain with another attempt there on Falk, and he comes up with the save. So back to the face-off dot. It'll be Kovac against Horn. And Horn able to win it back for Detroit. Carolina will flip it up to Markov. William Markov to Ward. Glove saved by Salo. Horn now on the goal line. Flips it up high to Markov. Shot gets blocked away. It'll come to Loki Langenberg. Langenberg hit there, but he keeps the puck. And another trip. Kovac going to be guilty this time as Falk works his way to the bench. They will have the extra attacker on, but just for a second. So Kovac guilty there. He will now sit for a bit there in the box. Detroit already 1 of 1 on the power play with the goal by Yevgeny Kovalenko. We will head down to the Minnesota zone. It'll be Thornburg against Kovachenko here. Thornburg wins it back. Kaba with it. Shot gets blocked away. Gabriel Cesaro will look to skate away. And he'll dump it down once he gets the red line. So puck ends up hitting the curved glass there. So they'll bring it back outside the Minnesota zone. Thornburg again again against Kovachenko. Cesaro now in across the line. He'll lose it to Kaba. Kaba turns, flips it back to Rain. Now Kovalenko, the goal scorer, just moments ago, to Thornburg. Thornburg loses it to Nikola. It'll be Cesaro skating onto it, and he'll flip it out. First one down there is Horn for Detroit. Up to Lackinen. Mats Lackinen tries to get it to the front, and Kovalchenko picks that one off. Bjornsson back in his own zone, trying to get free. He'll get it up to Kovalchenko. And that again will hit that side glass there. I've noticed a theme. This glass here in Detroit must have something with it, because it feels like that happens a lot here, specifically in Detroit, where that curved glass seems to be catching a lot of pucks there, especially at the Detroit zone. Oh, and another penalty coming up here to Minnesota. Kovalenko in. He's buried by Konstantinov, and he will touch up the puck right there. So interference going to go against Petya Gavrilchuk. So 69 and 70 there in the box for the Norse. Langenberg will take the draw now for Minnesota. He will take it away from Helm, and they will flip it out, will Minnesota. 50 seconds here of 5-on-3 time. Oh, and a big hit there. Peter Ramakers blowing up Jay Ward there. And Jay Ward now back into the play finally. Goes across to Jacobson, down low to Ward, and it's good. Save there by Salo on the deflection by Jay Ward. Back to the dot, and it'll be one back to Kaba for Detroit. Kaba tries to get down, but it's poked away there by Albrechtsen. Bjornsson will have it, and he'll get it high and out. 15 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. Kaba looking to skate up to Helm. Helm to Horn. Toivonen, oh, and a glove stop there by Salo. And Minnesota able to clear it away as Kovac exits the box. A minute left here on the power play. Kaba forces it on net to his own goaltender, and he'll keep play going. Horn up to Ward. Ward trying to get through. He's stopped there by Konstantinov. Had to retreat. Kaba then loses it to Albrechtsen. Nikola on a mini break. Shot stopped by... Oh, and then he scores! Henrik Nikola sticks with the play and gets the shorthanded marker for Minnesota to get him back in this game. Matty Albrechtsen going to get the lone assist there. Henrik Nikola with the shorthanded marker, so special teams coming up big so far early in this game. Detroit with the power play goal. They still have 25 seconds left on this power play. And now Minnesota with a shorthanded goal to get us back to tied at 1. Puck's in front. Oh, and it just goes wide. Salo couldn't get a glove on that as it was entering the crease, and it just happens to go wide. Kovalchenko flips it in. First one on, it'll be Jacobson for Detroit. He'll get it up to Lackinen. Penalty is over. So Minnesota able to kill off the 5-on-3 and the one-man advantage. And now they even actually get a goal on that one-man advantage. Gavrilchuk over to Sikora. Up to Ramakers. Peter Ramakers to Kovalchenko. He'll enter the line. Kovalchenko and Kovalenko fight for it there. Kovalchenko gets it to Albrechtsen. Down low to Bure, and they score! It'll be Bronislav Bure able to bury one past Anders Falk to give Minnesota now a 2-1 lead. So fresh off the penalty kill, off the momentum of the shorthanded goal as well, Minnesota now finds themselves leading 2-1 here in Detroit. Now Bjornsson, he'll get it back to Cody. Cody tries to flip it down lower, and it actually will come all the way back off the deflection. Sala will have it. He'll flip it over to Sikora. Martin Sikora looking to attack. He'll lose the puck. Detroit will have it first. Kovalenko kicks it down the boards to Lackinen. Lackinen gets it out front. Carolinen to Brock. No shot coming yet. Ristolainen over to Brock. Brock up at the point. Carolina. Lackinen can't get the shot away. It'll be Bure on with it. Cody gets it across the red line. Enters the zone. Gets it to Bure. To Bjornsson. Back to Bure. And a shot blocked, and it'll come on net to Falk, and he will hold right there. Rain against Horn in the dot here. Detroit so far with the early face-off lead. That one won by Rain. Bjornsson put it on net, and it was gloved by Anders Falk. Face off again between Rain and Horn. Horn wins it back. Brock will have it for Detroit. He'll get it up ice to Ward at center ice. Jay Ward tries to make a move. He'll retreat in the neutral zone, get it cross ice to Horn. Horn with an opportunity. Bodied off the puck by Sikora, but Brock will come in. Carolina down low to Markov. Ward now in front, tries to get it across, and Sikora intercepts. 2 minutes now with it. 8 minutes left here in the first period here in Detroit. Minnesota leading 2-1 off the shorthanded goal by the defenseman Nikola, and then Bronislav Burry shortly after that penalty kill to make it 2-1. Shot on net. Stopped there by Falk. Kind of ran up the chest of Anders Falk there, but he's able to finally squeeze it on the shot by Ivari Tuminen. Kovac now against Martelli. Konstantinov goes cross ice to Kovachenko. Turned over. Taran Ignatov now looking to get some room. He'll retreat in his own zone. Allow for a reset. He'll get it to Coy. Coy gets blown up by Langenberg. And now Ignatov. Ignatov stops. Almost turns it over. Ovaskadichenko down low to Coy. Francis Coy in front to Martelli, and they can't get the shot away. It's Konstantinov picked that one off. Langenberg looks to enter the zone. Stays wide. Tries to cut to the middle, and Ignatov picks that one off. He'll look to counter quick. Toivonen gets to the blue line and flips it in. Konstantinov, first one on it for Minnesota. He's pressed to the boards by Martelli. They'll battle for it there. Thornburg, and he's blown up by Nikola. Toivonen with it behind the net, tries to come out in front. And he's hit there by Milos Kovac. So 3 big hits there. And a turnover. Shot! Thornburg with an opportunity off the turnover. Minnesota still unable to exit the zone. Kovachenko now finally to Langenberg as they will get out of the zone. 5 minutes left remaining here in the first period from Detroit. Thornburg crosses the line. Helm now with an opportunity. And he shoots it just wide. Might have glanced off the stick of Salo in front. Thornburg into the slot. Kovalenko. And he can't get the shot away. Good defensive step up there. Believe it was Langenberg actually down low. Albrechtsen. Shot gets blocked away. Kovalenko with it. No, it's actually Jason Dalton had that big step up there. I saw the 3 and thought it had to be 30, but it's 31. Bronislav Burre now. The goal earlier in the period. Albrechtsen. Shot goes wide. Burre will skate onto it. Cody. Shot stopped there by Falk. So a good one-timer set up by Bronislav Burre to Serafin Cody. .319 left here in the first period. We'll have a face-off between Gavelchuk and Horn. And Horn able to win it away. He'll now get it back and skate up with it. He'll get to the red line, get it to Markov. Markov carries into the zone. Markov poked away off his stick. Oh, no, he's tripped. Looked like it was just poked off his stick, but no, they are going to call the trip here. It'll be on Jason Dalton. The sparingly used third defenseman, Jason Dalton, guilty of the trip there. He's just trying to keep Markov out wide and not let him into the slot, and gets the stick in on his feet. Trips him up there. And faceoff's going to be won by Detroit. Brock into the slot, over to Helm. Helm stopped there. Ward now behind the net, tries to get out in front and can't quite. He's got Toivonen on the backside. Shot stopped there by Salo. Brock now gets it picked off by Cesaro, and he'll flip all the way down. Closing in on 1:30 left on the power play. Helm gets it out of the zone, gets it up to Ward. Ward bodied there, and Toivonen will bring it in offsides as Ward was unable to get back to the blue line. So now just outside the Minnesota zone, Kovac against Thornburg. And it'll be finally won away by Tuminen. Kovalenko takes it away from him on the boards. Lackinen bodied there by Sikora. Oh, and they're going to call a penalty on Martin Sikora. So another 5-on-3 awarded to Detroit. As Martin Sikora with a big hit there. And are they... Yes, they're giving him a game misconduct. So Martin Sikora done for the night. That puts Minnesota at 5 defensemen. Sikora thought of as that 3rd or 4th. Ward stopped down low. Oh, and another good stop by Salo. They're going to need him, I think, to be huge if they want to come away with a win here tonight, as they are now 1 defenseman down and find themselves on the second 5-on-3 disadvantage here in the first period. Lack of discipline here from Minnesota. This is why they've kind of fell behind in these games early and lost. And that's an easy tap-in goal. Kusti Toivonen. Just an easy tap-in. Minnesota out of sorts there on the 5-on-3. And Kusti Toivonen set up by Jay Ward and Benny Brock. What a setup there. And it'll be one again. Detroit wins the faceoff. Brock tied up here too. Gavrachuk has an opportunity. He's got Albrechtsen. Albrechtsen all in alone. And he's stopped there by Falk. Able to flash that blocker out and get the save on Albrechtsen. Good goal scorer here early in the season, and he stops him there. Albrechtsen down low in front. Oh! And Falk gets enough of it to have it hop over the net. Gavrachuk will fight for it. Comes up high. Albrechtsen in the slot. Gloved by Falk. And they are going to say Falk did hold it, so even though he gets rid of the puck there, they are going to call the stoppage there. So this power play is going to continue for a little over 4 minutes, as it was a major on Martin Sikora there. Ward up to Brock, up to Dayton Helm. Dayton Helm now under 4 minutes left on this power play, this major penalty to Martin Sikora. Kovachenko back behind the net, flips it all the way out. It'll come to the stick of Nikola, and he gets slashed. So Jacobson gonna head to the box here. Jacobson with a pretty easy call there, as Nikola still shaking his hand as the puck was touched up by Jacobson. So we'll go to a 4-on-4 for the rest of the period. Cody wins it back. Konstantinov will step into the slot on his backhand, tries to get to the front hand, and it goes just wide. Cody behind the net, continues to loop, gets it to Konstantinov at the point. Bjornsson down to Bure, and he's bodied there. Cody skates onto it. Cody still has it. Shot gets blocked. Mats Lackinen with 10 seconds left here. Goes across to Kaba. Shot stopped by Salo. He will glove it there and hold. 4.1 left here in the first period. A minute 18 left on the 4-on-4. Green against Lackinen. It's one away by Lackinen. Oh, Skatichenko with a blocker save there by Salo, and that will do it for a pretty thrilling first period here against these two Midwest rivals. So we will head to the first intermission. Tied at 2 here from Detroit. We'll be right back with you after a short break. All right, we are right back here to Detroit, Michigan, here at the Motor City Sportsplex, as the Detroit Trappers welcome in their Midwest rivals, the Minnesota Norse, in a battle for first place of the America Division. We have a 4-on-4 currently going here. Minnesota, Konstantinov now down low. Cody, oh, and a glove stop there by Falk. Minnesota in the first period alone racks up 23 penalty minutes. Now a bulk of that coming to Martin Sikora, who gets the game misconduct done for the night. We're at a 4-on-4 for another minute, and then Detroit will continue that 5-minute major assessed to Martin Sikora. Stuart Thornburg with speed, trying to get around Konstantinov and Bjornsson. He's unable to. Bjornsson flips it up to Bure. Bronislav Bure skating in. He'll lose the puck there. Thornburg skates onto it. He'll retreat in his own zone and then get it up to Kaba. Kaba with 30 seconds left. Kaba enters the zone. Stops, puts the brake on, goes down low. Thornburg stopped there. Helm can't get the shot away. It'll come free to Konstantinov. Bronislav Bure staying wide. Stops, puts the brakes on. Slap shot. Bjornsson gets it blocked in front. So another minute 40 on this major penalty. So even if Detroit does score, we will continue the power play. Thornburg tries to kick it up the boards as he's met there by Bjornsson. Cross ice Brock. Carolinen can't do anything with it. He'll go cross ice to Lackinen on his backhand. Oh, shot just goes wide. Bjornsson, the first one on it. Helm now behind the net. Goes to Lackinen. Lackinen taken away by Konstantinov. Bure will skate with speed out. A minute left here on the power play to Cody. Shorthanded. Jost goes wide. Cody looking for a goal here tonight. Another shorty for Minnesota. So they already have one here tonight from Henrik Nikula. 45 seconds left here on the power play. Thornburg blocked away. Locking in down low. Oh, and Kovalenko gets robbed by Eddie Salo. Konstantinov and Kovalenko battle for it there. It comes out in front. Kovalenko, oh, and the backhand shot. His pad save there by Salo. Thornburg low. Glove stop by Salo. 22 seconds left here as Detroit and Minnesota find themselves all square at 2 apiece here in the second period. Helm against Kovachenko in the dot. Helm wins it back. It'll come to Horn to Kaba. Shot gets blocked down in front. It'll come to Kovachenko. With 7 seconds left here on the power play, and that should just about do it for this major penalty. Ward to Helm. Helm with an opportunity. He's stopped by Salo. And that will do it for the we will go to 5-on-5 here. Dalton now with it. He'll get it up to Ramsey. Ricky Ramsey bodied there. Kaba now up to Toivonen. Toivonen with the power play goal earlier tonight in the first period. Ward across to Helm down low. Gets blocked away. It'll be Jason Dalton on it. Vari Tuominen to the red line. And they'll be just offsides. Tuominen looked like he passed it a little backwards as Kovachenko, trying to find Kovachenko, and Tuominen entered the zone. So Minnesota dominating physically, but that has allowed them to be sitting in the box for quite a bit of time here so far tonight, and we're only 24 minutes in. Chris Rain almost gets the turnover as he chases over Skotachenko. And Rain, he is going to be guilty. They're going to call a slash, so another penalty upcoming to the Minnesota Norse. This has just been sloppy, undisciplined, at times frustrated play from the Norse here tonight. And yet they still find themselves deadlocked at 2. Yeah, easy slash there against Kaba. Thornburg against Gavrilchuk. Gavrilchuk wins it back. Nikula will get it all the way down for Minnesota. Jacobsen now with it behind the net. Gets it up to Lackinen. Lackinen to Kovalenko. Kovalenko tries to cut across and he'll come outside the zone. Thornburg now retreating in the neutral zone all the way back to his own zone. Looking to gain some speed now. Kovalenko feeds it up to Lackinen. Lackinen on the attack. Sticked away. Albrechtsen gets it to Bjornsson, and now Gavrilchuk. He'll enter the zone looking for another shorthanded goal. Oh, and he is absolutely smoked up against the boards there. And it's going to be an icing call coming up on Detroit. Thornburg against Kovachenko now down in the Detroit zone. It'll be one away by Detroit. Kovalenko trying to get some speed, crosses the blue line, and it'll be offside. They were going to say Kovalenko lost control of it before he had, or as he was crossing the line. So it will be offsides to Detroit. So just outside the Minnesota zone with under a minute left here on the power play. A slow-moving game so far with so many penalties and power plays for Detroit early in this game. Kovalenko down low. Can't get the shot away. And lucky for Detroit, they have been scoring on that power play as they have both of their goals coming on the power play so far tonight. Goals from Kovalenko and Toivonen on the power play. Kovalenko again with it. He'll turn it over to Cesaro. Gabriel Cesaro will flip it all the way down. 6 minutes gone here in a tense second period. Kovalenko now across the blue line, gets it poked away. Konstantinov will skate onto it. He's got room. Shot! Oh, and just kicked out by Falk. What an opportunity there for the defenseman Konstantinov. Jay Ward now on the counter. He'll get it poked away by Ramekers. Ramekers tries to kick it up the boards. It goes wild and gets to Cody. Chris Rain now fresh out of the box. He's pounded there by Kaba. Roman Horn onto it. He'll get it up to Toivonen. Toivonen to Horn. He'll go cross ice to Ward. Jay Ward enters the zone. Has room. Gets it to Toivonen. Stopped by Salo. Toivonen now in front. Jay Ward had his stick tied up by Ramekers, so unable to get a shot away. Bure turns it over to Toivonen. Toivonen gets it to Helm. Helm loses it as he crosses the blue line. It'll come to the stick of Albrechtsen. Bure in there now to fight for Minnesota. It'll come free to Kaba. They'll continue to battle, and Kaba will pick it up on the boards again. Helm gets it poked away by Ramekers. Back to Kaba. Helm in the slot with a one-timer, and it's gloved by Salo. Again, this is our one and only game here tonight on a Friday night, Minnesota at Detroit. For our Saturday action, we will have 4 games. We'll kind of talk about that as the evening goes on. They'll come to Kaba. Shot just goes wide. Bjornsson, the first one on it. Bjornsson now picks it up. He'll look to get it out. Bjornsson goes up to Bure. Bure now skates free. Oh, and he's pounded there by Ovaskadachenko, and we have a fight on our hands. Ovaskadachenko against Albrechtsen. They're going to go at it. Bure hurt as he heads to the bench. That's going to be another Minnesota Norse down. They already lost Sakura on a game misconduct, and now Bure looks like he's got a head injury headed to the box, and Albrechtsen able to win the fight against Ovaskadachenko. Rain now against Martelli. They'll take a face-off just outside the Detroit zone. Rain wins it back. It'll be Bjornsson. Bjornsson on the attack. He'll flip it deep. Kaba will skate onto it. It'll get up to Coy. Coy turns it over to McNaughton. McNaughton at the line. Keeps it in, but now turns it over to Detroit. Martelli will have it. Comes in on the near boards. Flips it back to Brock. He's pressed to the boards there. Goes down into the corner. Free to Coy. Shot gets blocked away. Tuominen now will try to skate away. McNaughton with it. McNaughton stops up. Gets it to the trailer. Dalton, but it's turned over. Taran Ignatov now with it. Ignatov gets blocked off there by Bjorn. And they're going to call another penalty on Minnesota. Going to be a trip here. So another Minnesota penalty there as the trip called against Bjornsson in the corner. He didn't even need to trip him. He had him already blocked off. He just stuck his stick in and gets the skate blade and knocks over Ignatov for Detroit. So another Trappers power play. They've had 7, and we're just about halfway through this game. Konstantinov will flip it all the way down to kill off another 10 to 15 seconds. Brock off the boards up to Laakkonen. Laakkonen staying wide, stops in front of Konstantinov. Brock down to Laakkonen, shot gloved by Salo. So Kovachenko will go against Helm in the dot. Helm wins it back. Kaba over to Toivonen, back to Horn. Slap shot goes high over the net and will carry out of the zone. Kaba will skate to it. It'll be Helm. Helm looks to enter at the dots. Glove saved by Salo. And he'll keep play going. He'll get it over to Nikola to Kovachenko, who will get it out. So good play there by Salo. You know he likes to play the puck, especially in those positions. Got him in trouble the other night, but there's a good opportunity to get it out instead of having another draw in your own zone. Helm turned it over to Nikola, and he'll get it all the way down. Poor play there by Helm as he just was trying to flip it towards the middle, hoping for something. And it does not work out well for him. Helm offsides as Ward just gets in ahead of the play. So a little bit of sloppy play on this power play for Detroit. We'll see if they can rectify that and get things going here in the final 36 seconds of this power play. As we approach 8 minutes left here in the second period. Helm down low. Shot, they score! It'll be Kusti Toivonen again. So another power play goal, a third of the night for Detroit. That's all they've had tonight is power play goals. Kovalenko and then 2 from Toivonen. Minnesota able to win the draw. See if they can stay out of the box. Rain now with it. Chris Rain gets it poked away. Toivonen skates onto it for Detroit. Helm will have it. He'll flip it up to Kaba. Lawrence Kaba across the blue line. Bodied there by Jason Dalton. Bjornsson gets it up to Rain. Chris Rain bumped off the puck. Thornburg has it. McNaughton battles with him there, and it'll come to Thornburg. Toivonen has it again, looking for a hat trick here tonight. Bjornsson bodies him off the puck. Dalton up to McNaughton. 7 minutes left here in the second. McNaughton. Rain trailing the play. Chris Rain blocked down in front. Oh, and then Tuominen had an opportunity. Tuominen looks to get back to the front of the net, and Thornburg takes it away. Brock will have it for Detroit. He'll get it up to Kovalenko. Kovalenko gets it poked off a stick, but it goes right to Mats Laakkonen. Laakkonen down low. Kovalenko stopped by Salo. Oh, and he keeps play going. It looked like it might have been a wrong opportunity there. Tuominen will have it. He'll get it up to McNaughton. McNaughton still slow to get up as the big hit there on the boards. Kovalenko now with it. Coming in on a 3-on-2. He'll lose it. Nikola will pick it up for Minnesota. He had a shorthanded goal earlier in the game. Langenberg with Kovac with him. Gets it to Kovac. Slap shot. Stop there. Good one-timer set up to Kovac. Nikola walks down the slot, looking for some room. He gets it over to Konstantinov. Down low to Langenberg. Langenberg in the slot. Can't get a shot away. Kovac now with it. Up to Langenberg. Langenberg on his backhand. Tries to get it to his forehand and can't get the shot away. Konstantinov. Blocker save there as he was able to get into the high slot. Jay Ward now with it. He's watched there by Konstantinov to the trailer Markov. Markov can't get a shot away. Looked like he might have had Salo out of position as he went for the poke check, but Konstantinov comes in with the steal. Slap shot gets knocked away. Ramsey watching behind the net. Now it'll be Ward for Detroit. 3 minutes left here in the second. Jay Ward gets it taken away. Konstantinov skates onto it. Konstantinov goes behind his own net, flips it up to Nikola, up to Gavrilchuk. Gavrilchuk looking to attack, gets it over to Cesaro. Gabriel Cesaro, shot deflected wide. It'll come free to Horn. He'll get it up to Francis Coy. Francis Coy met there by Konstantinov. Carolina will get it out. He'll turn it over to Ramsey. Ramsey then will turn it over to Tiketovic. Tiketovic turns up to Martelli. Anthony Martelli probing in the neutral zone, gets it up to Coy. Martelli, tries to get it down low to Ignatov. And Nikola will force it on net to Salo so he can get the cover. Martelli against Cody now. Cody wins it back. Ramakers up to Tuominen. Tuominen tries to get it across and is taken away by Coy. Martelli will have it now. Anthony Martelli enters the zone, picked off by Tuominen. Ivari Tuominen will turn. Cody with it. He'll get it up to Dalton. Jason Dalton over to Albrechtsen. Matty Albrechtsen with a little bit of room. Gets to the middle. Cody gets it stopped there. Albrechtsen, another shot, stopped by Falk. And he will get the stoppage with 30 seconds left here in the second period. Detroit finding themselves up 3-2 here in the waning seconds of the second period. Draw will be won by Minnesota. Back to Dalton. Slap shot. And it just goes wide of the net as it was deflected in front. Puck's at the side of the net. Comes back to Falk. And he will hold there with 8 seconds left. So Dalton with a shot on net gets the deflection he was looking for, but it ends up just at the side of the net. Helm against Kovac. Helm wins it back to Ovoskadachenko. Ovoskadachenko with a reverse hit there. Gets it up to Helm with 2-1. And he'll just flip it in to end the period right there. So we will head to an all-important third period with the Trappers leading 3-2 here against the Norse at home. We'll take our second intermission and be right back with you for the start of the third period. All right, we are back here in Detroit at the Motor City Sportsplex as we get ready for what looks to be an exciting third period here between two Midwest rivals. The Detroit Trappers here at home against the Minnesota Norse. Winner, if it's Detroit, they will stay in first place. If it's Minnesota, they will vault themselves into first place. Ristolainen watched by Konstantinov. Kovalenko now with it. Glove stop by Salo. And right now, Detroit, as you look at, how their evening's gone, all three of their goals have come on the power play thus far tonight. So, Detroit, you'd like to see them get something going at 5-on-5. Minnesota, their 2 goals coming short-handed, actually, and then 5-on-5 with Bronislav Bure, who is out for the rest of the game. He will not return here. Kovalenko in the slot. He scores! Yevgeny Kovalenko, just as I'm saying, they need something 5-on-5. They get it right there. So Kovalenko from Ovoskadachenko and Kaba. So now Minnesota trailing by 2 goals here on the road, down 2 players, one of their top forwards and one of their best defensemen. Oh, and a good stop there by Salo as he robs Kovalenko from a hat trick here tonight. It'll be kicked free to Konstantinov. Konstantinov tries to get it up ice and can't get it through. It'll now come to Nikola. Nikola turns it over. It'll come to the back to Kaba. Down low, Lackinen. He scores! It'll be Mats Lackinen this time. So Detroit getting that much-needed separation away from the Norse here to make it 5-2. So Mats Lackinen makes it now a 5-2 game here on the assist by Kaba. So Kaba will have back-to-back assists there. Konstantinov up to Nikola. Cody will look to skate in. He'll turn it over. Thornburg with speed. He's breaking away. Here it is. Thornburg stopped there by Salo. Oh, and a toe save there as Thornburg looked like he had him dead to rights. Konstantinov up to Tuominen. Tuominen gets it up to Cody. Cody tries to flip it deep. He'll be pressed there. It'll come up the boards. Kaba will have it. Kaba to the red line. Will flip it deep. Oh, and it'll hit the side glass there again, this time on the Minnesota bench. We'll get a stoppage and come outside the Minnesota zone. So Detroit with 2 quick goals in the first 2 minutes of the third period now extend this lead to 3 goals here. Ovoskadachenko turned over to Albrechtsen. Seraphin Cody. Seraphin Cody to Albrechtsen. Shot gets blocked away. And we are going to have the first penalty, well, first power play, I should say, coming up to the Minnesota Norse as the captain, Ovoskadachenko, will be guilty. He'll find himself sitting alone in the penalty box for a little bit. With the interference there on Seraphin Cody. So an opportunity here for Minnesota, and they need to take advantage of it. They are on the man advantage, down 3 goals. Important to just think about getting this 1 goal at a time. There's no 3-point shots here. This isn't basketball. You got to find a way to get a goal here and at least put a little bit of pressure on the Trappers as we head down the stretch. Cody will press Carolina to the boards. McNaughton loses it there. Cody with it out front. Oh, and a good stop there. As it was Langenberg looking for the opportunity. He and Brock will go nose to nose there in the crease. Rain against Ristolainen. And Rain able to kick it back to Albrechtsen. Kovalenko can't get the shot away. Tiketovic will get it up to Ristolainen, who will backhand flip it out. Approaching a minute left here on the power play. And 15 minutes left here in the game. Albrechtsen bodied there at the blue line. Tuominen tries to get it, and now Kaba will get it all the way out. It'll skip at about the red line, and Bjornsson will skate down onto it. He'll get it away up to Albrechtsen. 3-on-2 here coming. Tuominen to Rain. Albrechtsen. Shot gets blocked in front, and he'll come on to Falcon. He will hold right there. So good opportunity. This frustration still setting in for Minnesota. So they find themselves down 3 here in a game they felt like they played pretty well for at least the first 30, maybe 35 minutes. Tipped away. Ignatov will get it. He'll flip it all the way out. Konstantinov gets it up to Langenberg. Langenberg to Nikola to Konstantinov. Cody will come in on the far boards. He'll flip it back to Konstantinov. Down low to Cody. Oh, and a missed pass there looking for Langenberg. Cody. Shot gets blocked away. Carolina had it along the boards. He'll flip it up. The power play is over. Nikola tries to get it down low, and Brock will pick that one off. Ovoskadachenko now back on the ice after the penalty. Markov with an opportunity. He'll turn. Look for the trailer. Carolina shot gets blocked. Konstantinov will skate onto it for Minnesota. McNaughton with it. McNaughton will turn. Go cross ice to Cody. Cody gets it turned over. Markov, he'll turn it right back over to Cody. Cody up to Nikola. Nikola loses it. He'll get it right back, though. Konstantinov to McNaughton. McNaughton pounded as he tries to get it in deep. Jacobson pressed to the boards by Cesaro. Kicked free to Ignatov. Konstantinov keeps it in. Gavrilchuk shot stop there. And Gavrilchuk, he's going to head to the bench. He's hurt. So 3 Minnesota Norse now will exit the game as Gavrilchuk, he'll head to the locker room. Straight down the tunnel there. Cesaro. Oh, and Ramsey just goes high over the net as it was deflected in front. Ramsey tries to go short side. It's stopped by Falk. Up high to Bjornsson. Bjornsson tries to get it down low, and Helm will take it. Thornburg. He'll get it over now to Toivonen as it was blocked off at the blue line. Thornburg kicked out by Shallow. Thornburg back at the point, tries to get it down low. Helm stopped by Salo. Bjornsson will skate onto it. He'll kick it back behind the net. It'll be Dalton. Dalton to Langenberg. Langenberg will turn. Toivonen back to Carolinen. Carolinen turns it over to Albrechtsen. Albrechtsen to Dalton. Dalton up to Kovachenko. Kovachenko buried there by Helm. Elvis now will look to skate away. And another stick infraction there on Loki Langenberg. So more frustration mounting here for the Norse here in Detroit. So Thornburg against Kovac here. Exactly halfway through this third and final period. Detroit with a 5-2 lead. Ramaker is able to pick that puck up, try to get it out. He'll get it up to Tuominen. Tuominen will now get it deep to kill off another 10 to 15 seconds. Horn with it. Horn gets it up to Lankinen. Thornburg will have it. Thornburg across the blue line. Tries to get it over to Lankinen and it's picked off. Milos Kovac. Kovac gets his shot blocked away. Kovalenko turns it over. Konstantinov high. 2-minute shot glove by Falk. And he'll keep play going. Horn up to Lankinen. Lankinen to the red line. Now enters the zone. Gets around Konstantinov. Tries to get it down low and Ramakers picks that one off. Kovac with it. Kovac will flip it in from the blue line. Kaba pressed to the board by Tuominen. Kovalenko now to Lankinen. Thornburg gets blown up there. Lankinen now will come away with it. Shot deflected and will go wide. Kovalenko with it behind the net. Trying to dig it out there. A few Norse and Trappers. Kovac comes free with it. Now Ramakers, Lankinen in front. Stop there. Konstantinov with 25 seconds left here on the penalty kill for Minnesota will get it to the red line and try to flip it deep. Unable to really get it into the zone. Konstantinov knocks it off Thornburg's stick. Kovac with it at the blue line. Milos Kovac gets it to Konstantinov. Tries to get it in front and Thornburg will pick that off. As the power play ends there, Thornburg now will flip it deep. Toivonen the first one to get it there. Toivonen behind the net. Shot stopped there by Salo. And he will keep play going. He'll get it to Konstantinov. Konstantinov up to Cody. Cody goes up to Jacobson. Now Toivonen with it. He'll go cross ice to Ward. Ward blown up there. And we're going to be offsides on Detroit. So Salo with a disappointing performance here in Detroit for Minnesota. 7 minutes left here in the third period, and it's looking more dire and dire as the minutes go by for the Norse here as they trail by 3, needing one in quick order. Cody stopped there by Falk, and he'll get a glove on that and hold right there with 6:38 left here. Cody now against Martelli in the dot. Albrechtsen gets it back. Down low, Albrechtsen able to be stopped there by Falk. Albrechtsen kicks it and Brock will take it up. Brock gets it up to Martelli. Martelli up to Coy. Francis Coy almost turns it over. Ivari Tuominen gets it over to Dalton. Dalton to Cesaro. Gabriel Cesaro gets it poked away. Martelli. Ignatov now. He's bodied there by Dalton. Ramsey. Over to Gavrilchuk. Gavrchuk turns it over. It'll be Carolinen now with it. Carolinen blown up there by Gavrchuk as he's back in the game after looking like he was hurt. Gavrchuk will pick it up. Shot stopped by Falk, and he'll hold right there. 4:38 remaining here in the third. 4:37. Gavrchuk against Laakkonen. Kaba will try to turn in his own zone. He'll turn back to the zone corner. Flip it back behind the net up to Ovaskadichenko. Laakkonen up to Ristolainen. Jacobi Ristolainen. He's bodied there by Dalton. Laakkonen behind the net. Gets it in front. Stop there. Oh, and another opportunity. Kovalenko almost gets his hat trick there. So it looked like he had a step on Bjornsson, but unable to poke it on net. Gavrchuk will bring the puck in offside. Face-off coming here again, because it'll be Tuominen against Rain. Laakkonen against Rain. Rain wins it back. It'll come to Kovalenko. Kaba gets it to Ovaskadichenko cross ice. Kovalenko here. Kovalenko bumped off by Bjornsson. Bjornsson will circle back in his own zone. Gets it up to Rain. Gets it to McNaughton. McNaughton turns on the backhand. Can't get a shot away. Kaba. Rain will get it up to Tuominen. Tuominen gets it up to Rain. Chris Rain trying to get in. He's bumped off the puck by Kaba. Rain will try to follow him. And it'll go up to Jay Ward. Ward blown up by Nikola. Tuominen will turn in his own zone. Ristolainen and Konstantinov fight for it there. Konstantinov flips it all the way down, and it's going to be an icing coming to Minnesota. So now Horn against Kovac in the dot. Kovac will win it back. It'll be Konstantinov. Konstantinov turns it over there. Jay Ward keeps it in the zone. Gets it to Markov. Horn stopped there by Salamarkov. Oh, and he just goes wide. Milos Kovac will skate onto it. Henrik Nikola under a minute. Ivari Tuominen to McNaughton down low. Oh, and it's stopped by Folk. He gets stoned there in the blue paint. Kovac against Helm now in the dot. Helm wins it back. It'll go wide of Falk there. Langenberg fight for it behind the net with Kaba, and it'll come free to Lawrence Kaba. He'll get it up to Helm, up to Toivonen. Toivonen rubbed out there by Nikola. Kovachenko now will skate with it. Kovachenko to Kovac. Glove stop there by Falk, and it'll go up into the netting and out of play. 33 seconds left here, and what looks like a Detroit Trappers win. And they'll now extend their lead for first place as the fans rise to their feet. Plurals, they're tough. To their feet, excited with what they've seen here from their homestanding Trappers. Minnesota, now a fourth straight loss. 2 of them coming in overtime, 2 of them in regulation. Langenberg will have it. Langenberg stays wide, tries to get in front to Kovachenko behind the net. Kovac stopped by Falk, and he will hold right there with just 13 seconds left. Face off now between Cody and Helm. Helm will win it back. Carolinen with just 10 seconds left will retreat in his own zone. Flip it cross ice to Thornburg, to Brock, to Helm to exit the zone. They'll get it to the red line and flip in. And that is going to do it here from Detroit, folks. Nikola picks it up. So a big win here tonight for the Detroit Trappers as they extend their lead in the America Division. Ahead of New York and now this Minnesota Norse team who is falling quickly by the wayside in the early parts of this season with 4 straight losses here for Minnesota. So we're going to take a quick little break and then we'll be right back with our post-game stats and information from our one and only game here on a Friday night. Thank you for joining us here for our post-game coverage of our one and only game here tonight in the PIHANA. As the Detroit Trappers at home at the Motor City Sportsplex come away with a win over the Minnesota Norse 5-2. Detroit coming away with 38 shots and Minnesota with 33. Lawrence Cobb had 4 assists on the night. Holy cow, sorry, that was just popped up as he was one of the stars of the game tonight. Hits in the game, Minnesota comes away with 42 to Detroit's 26. Detroit 33 face-off wins, heavily beating Minnesota. The storyline for Minnesota, they're 0-1 on the power play, not a lot, and they rack up 34 penalty minutes, giving up 9 power plays to Detroit, and Detroit comes away with 3 goals. So without the power play goals, it's an even game, and maybe ends up being a little different. But 34 penalty minutes racked up by Minnesota. They had at least 2 players leave the game. Martin Sikora was disqualified, and Bronislav Bure, one of their top centermen, one of their top forwards, was hurt in the game and had to leave the game in the first period there. So after he had already scored a goal as well, I believe, right? Yeah. So a 5-2 win here for Detroit. As we take a look at the team stats, we'll now head to the individual stats on the evening. We look at Detroit, Lawrence Cabo with 4 assists, so a 4-point game for him. Big game out of Lawrence Cabo. Laakkonen, Toivonen, and Kovalenko come away with 2 points, as Laakkonen with a goal and an assist, and then Toivonen and Kovalenko with 2 goals apiece. Single point getters, we have Ovaskadachenko, Helm, Brock, and Ward, all with 1 point apiece. And then our no-pointers, Thornburg, Horn, Jacobson, Rustalainen, Markov, Tiketovic, Koy, Ignatov, Karolainen, and Martelli. Jakobi Rustalainen ends up with a +2 here tonight. Ovaskadachenko as well with a +2, and then Kaba and Laakkonen come away with a +1. Oh, and Kovalenko as well. Did I say Kovalenko? I don't know. Basically, that top group coming away with pluses here, and then everybody else either a minus or a 0 here tonight. Our shots leader, we have Stuart Thornburg at 5, and then those high-end guys. We have Mats Laakkonen at 6, Toivonen 7, Kovalenko 7, and Dayton Helm with 6 as well. Hits, Ovaskadachenko with 5, and Kaba with 5 as well. Jacobson comes in with 3, and Ignatov comes away with 3 as well. We head to the goaltending. A good performance here from Anders Falk as he gives up 2 goals on 33 shots against, leading him to a .939 save percentage for the goaltender here tonight. So it looks like they've officially made a change to Anders Falk being the full-time goalie over Osip Witkin, and he comes up with a great performance with that show of confidence from the coaching staff tonight. We'll head now to Minnesota. Disappointing performance again for the Norse here tonight. Albrechtsen with 2 assists on the evening. Nikola, a goal set up by Albrechtsen while they were shorthanded. Bronislav Bure with a goal set up by Nurzan Kovalchenko and Matty Albrechtsen. And then that is it for their point getters. So only 4 point getters. Kovalchenko with a +2, and Bure, getting hurt early, gets a +1. Sikora, also leaving early, gets a +1. Konstantinov, 32 minutes, unable to get a point. Bjornsson, Kovac, Cody, McNaughton, Rain, Gavrchuk, Langenberg, Cesaro, Ramakers, Tumanen, Ramsey, Dalton, all with 0s there. Ramakers and Cesaro come away with a +1. Ramakers and Cody a -2 there. And those are the big minuses. Our shots leaders, Albrechtsen with 5, Cody with 5. And then a few with 3, Tumanen, Kovac, Nikola, and Konstantinov. Martin Sikora ending up with 15 penalty minutes. That's the 5-minute major, and then the game misconduct. He did come away with 1 hit in the 5 minutes that he did play tonight. Nikola, 5 hits. Konstantinov leading the way with 9. Bjornsson close behind with 7. Ramakers comes away with 4. And Jason Dalton, who gets a lot more ice time tonight, so he gets to 16 minutes with the disqualification to Sikora. And now Eddie Salo again. I think you start to have to look at disappointing right now for Eddie Salo. He was expected to be one of the best goaltenders in the world, the best goaltender in the world, and the best goaltender in the league, and he has been underwhelming to this point in the season. 38 shots against, only comes up with 33 saves for an .868 save percentage on the evening. We'll now take a peek at our goals and a few of the replays here from tonight. Let's just go to all periods. We'll go to the first goal of the game, Yevgeny Kovalenko. Able to get this one in the high slot and fire it right past Eddie Salo, right over his shoulder on the power play to get Detroit on the board early. Henrik Nikola, then the shorthanded goal, gets the breakaway. Stopped initially, and then it actually squeaks by Anders Falk here. We'll see it from this angle. Let's see if this gives us a good angle of it. It's stopped there, but it squeaks by Falk, and Nikola just stays with the play and is able to tap it into the net for a shorthanded goal to get it knotted back up in one. Bronislav Bure comes back quickly with an opportunity in front in the blue, and he's able to throw it past Anders Falk to make it a 2-1 lead. And then after that, all Detroit at that point. Toivonen on the power play here, gets it on a great little backdoor play. Toivonen knocks it off the pad of Salo and through into the net. And then Toivonen with another opportunity on a backdoor play here. Set up again as this one he's able to flip up over the glove of Salo and put it behind the goaltender. Kovalenko now, his second goal of the evening, another slot shot, and it beats Salo over that blocker again. And then Laakkonen with just a good power play or power move to the front and goes to that far post and beats Salo, who's out of position, has a bad angle on it, and a good shot there by Mats Laakkonen. We'll see another angle of it here. Yeah, he just beats basically Salo to that far post. Salo unable to keep the angle to keep that out of the net. So those are our goal scores here tonight and a few of the replays that we see there. And that's going to do it here for our coverage from Detroit. So again, Detroit extending their lead in the American Division now. They find themselves at 13 points ahead of New York, and 5 ahead of Minnesota. So that'll do it for our one and only game here on a Friday night. We have 4 coming up tomorrow. And the 4 games, we're going to have Calgary at Edmonton in the afternoon, New York at Ottawa, Toronto at Montreal, and then Chicago at Boston to finish the night off. There's talk that Toronto-Montreal game might be moved to the final game, but they're kind of working out the schedules there. That might be the late game, the primetime game on a Saturday night instead of the Chicago-Boston matchup. But we will see tomorrow. Either way, hope you enjoyed our lone game here on a Friday night. We'll be back with you for 4 games Saturday. We will see you tomorrow night. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time.